What's going on? What's going on, good people?
What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing this evening? It's episode 99 of
Almost there.
Fowl Language Podcast. That's right.
Hell yeah, man. And hey, like 99 episodes, you've heard it before, man. Get your accessories right, get the kitties to bed, man. Put your headphones on if you're at work, because you might just hit some file language. Let's get it, man. Let's go.
Got that right. Roll the intro.
Perfect.
All right. Before we get into all the good stuff we got going on, let's do those accessory check-ins. So, brother, what you got as accessories this evening?
All right, for my smoke, I got the Armanis, and I'm just gonna say Armanis because that's the only word I can barely fucking pronounce. So I'm smoking this guy right here, man. The darker leaf cigars normally fuck me up, so I'm hoping this ain't the case with this one. But we're gonna see. And for my liquid accessory, I got some Espelon, you know what I'm saying? Some
we went tequila.
and some orange juice, you know what I'm saying? I said I was gonna switch it up, damn it, and here it is. Switching it up. Got some orange juice and my Espelon.
Orange juice.
And the orange juice.
Damn.
We'll wang it.
Right. Extra letters, adding the wrong letters and all this shit. I don't know where in Georgia you got to be from, because I've only heard of people with Georgia adding extra letters and shit. But go ahead.
Hey, that's our culture, damn it. That's how we talk.
Okay.
Don't act like you ain't from there, nigga. Yeah, man.
I didn't say I wasn't. I'm just saying that's the only place I've heard somebody say orange.
Yeah, man. So that's my accessories, man. What you got in that goddamn mug, though?
All right. So first of all, it's hot as shit. So I don't usually do this, but I need some cold shit. So double walled mug. This is actually one of my coffee mugs. Shout out to a homeboy I went to high school with, the coffee enthusiast. Good shit. If he's still roasting coffee, it's good coffee. But it's hot, so I needed a mug that fits a ice cube, and in that I've got this guy, little, keeping it simple, Kentucky bourbon.
Okay.
But what's cool about it is this from Trader Joe's. Kim's one of her favorite places in the world, and it costs $15.
Wow.
So they're known for having like good stuff that's like cheap. Like they have a wine, I think it's called like $3 Chuck, and it's pretty popular. So I mean, it's not bad for what it is. So definitely the cheapest bourbon I've ever purchased, and it's not good and not bad. And to take a cheap bourbon, we compare it with a good cigar, and we got the Sober Mesa Brulee. I think this is a Brulee by Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust, and it's gonna be a good pairing tonight. So stay tuned, folks, and we'll let you know how they treat us going forward.
Shit, yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again, man, where we like to bring some positivity to this ever fucking negative world we're in right now. I guess you could fucking say, but whatever, man. I know you did some spectacular shit since last we recorded, man. So, well, let's say some real busy shit. You know what I'm saying? So I know you got some shit for what's best in life. So, brother, what is best in life?
So first of all, what's it been like 3-4 weeks since we recorded? I don't know. It's been a minute.
About to.
Been so long. It feels like nothing's the same. Like the computer ain't in the right spot. The lights ain't in the right spot. It just all feels weird. But took a road trip for the holidays. Went to go visit grandma. Saw some of the family out there in Indiana, so that was a good time seeing them. Definitely funny, definitely some laughing, all kind of shit. Came back with more than we left with, as always. Cool thing is, and I may try to remember to put a picture in the thing, but we came back with some Steins that were 60 plus years old, man. So that's pretty cool to have.
Could have came good for the 100th episode. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you ain't gonna get about 100th episode.
Dang.
I ain't gonna promise you that shit. So, yeah, we're good. So it was a good time. Hung out. Made a road trip out of it. Stopped in Tulsa. Stopped in St. Louis. Stopped in Springfield, Missouri. Took the kids to the pool. They got good time in the water, so they had fun. Went to a children's museum in St. Louis. That was good times. They all had fun. Let's see. While we were away, MF and Research broke 200 subscribers. So that's pretty cool.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Hope we keep that. And one of my videos, I don't know if I talked about it before. It's been a minute. but it broke 10,000 views. So I got moving up there, and a couple more over 5,000. So we're doing pretty good. Pretty excited about that. Yeah, that's growing. Prime Day was this past week, so did some shopping. Um, did some more shopping too. Some stuff will be coming up on MF Research in the future based on some of that shopping. Um, let's see. I mean, it feels like there's so much going on. Had a nice little team building session at work this week. That was kind of fun. Hung out with the engineering side and the manufacturing side. So got to meet some of the people who I'd never met before on the manufacturing side. So that was good. Um, yeah. Busy week, busy few weeks. Um, check out the highlight for gun control debate. That drops today. So that'll be fun to watch. I looked at it a little earlier today. And yeah, I don't know why it was giving me so much problems. It was actually supposed to come out 2 weeks ago, but shit happens, as we always say. Yeah, I think that's about it. If I can remember anything else, I'll bring it up as it comes. So, man, what about you? What is best?
Man, well, like you said, it's been a minute, man. We had company. Dre and the girl, Shania came for a little while. I don't know if I mentioned that on the last episode or not, but got to hang out with my daughter, took her shooting.
Yeah.
That was fun. She actually did real good once she got her shit together and stopped yanking on the trigger.
Yeah.
But, she had a good coach. So, I mean, what can you say, man? I trained just about all my kids and my sister. So, and everybody could shoot so far. So that was fun. Went to, didn't do nothing for the 4th, man. We really don't do the 4th out here too funny. So we just kind of just chilled out for the 4th and just vibed and went back to work. Work is fucking hectic as hell. The Army has consumed my life for the past week and a half or so with this change of command shit, man. Had drill this past weekend, wasn't too bad. What else is going on? Talked to my therapist, and I realized one of my therapists is fucking useless. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna be real rude to his ass. So it's
no need to be rude. I mean, just be an advocate for yourself and say, hey, I need another therapist. You're not giving me what I need. I mean, there's no need to be rude. Just let him know that,
what he doesn't even do any therapy shit. He just calls it, hey, how's it going? When I start to explain a couple things, he's like, okay, we'll put your medicine in. That's Miss Snyder's job, pretty much. She'll take care of that. And I'm like, damn, motherfucker, what if I wanted to blow my goddamn head off right now? I got to wait for tomorrow for Miss Snyder. So
yeah,
I know how I'm going to work him now. I know I said I was going to be rude, but it's going to be more of when he calls next month, hey, how you doing? Just put my medicine in, sir. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, just request someone else, man.
I can't. He's the only one that'll do TRICARE in this area. Yeah, so I'm kind of stuck with his ass. But
can you do a virtual one?
Well, I do one with the Miss Snyder lady. She's my actual therapist. So that's the one I talk to every month or so about things.
Okay, and he's just the one that can.
He just prescribes the medication.
Okay,
that's all he
I got
you.
Well, I mean, he's not useless. I mean, if you look at it that way, he's doing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, I guess so. Fuck him.
I mean, what else? What are you expecting from him?
I don't know. If I needed to talk to a motherfucker, I need to talk to him right then and there. Like he called, I was really fucking irritated the day he called, and I wanted to get that off my chest real quick. But he was just, I just do the medicine. So, yeah.
I understand what you're saying, but I guess roles and responsibilities. I mean, if you're supposed to be, if your foot is bothering you and you at an orthopedic, you at a, dermatologist, you kind of in the wrong spot.
Yeah. So. Yeah. What else? Wife is on her vacation, man. She touched down in Hawaii about an hour ago, so it's just me and the boys this week, chilling and kicking and shit. We ain't do shit today. Gonna kind of just clean the house, and I'm recovering my body from the past fucking like 11 days of working straight. And we're gonna do some stuff later on during the week, man. What else is going on? Had to go see my ortho doctor again. I was a little nervous about that. Thought he was gonna holler about surgery again. So no surgery needed. I just got really bad fucking arthritis in both knees. So I'll just deal with that, how that comes, man. I know we talked about it last time we was on the phone, so I'm gonna start doing some of those things, man. And I'm gonna call Tyler and Classy, see what they suggest I do.
Oh, I saw him.
Hit a Mitsurugi style around this bitch. Speaking of that, man, Kenshin and Drop, man, watched the first episode. Yeah. They did not disappoint. I appreciate that.
You reminded me.
They made little minor changes, but I can appreciate those minor changes. It wasn't bad changes, but
just tell me did they start with Batosai Kenshin?
When he starts fighting, when he fights the Shinsengumi in the beginning, like in Oa?
All I need to know is does it start with the sword being the regular way?
Yes.
That's all I need.
It starts just like the OG one.
All I need to know. Okay.
Yeah. So it was pretty good, man. I started watching Bleach for a second, but I said, man, I'm gonna hold off on that. And I'm waiting for the wife to get back for Jujutsu Kaisen. And
yeah, everybody's talking about that.
Yeah, I'm probably about to jump in heavy into Hell's Paradise next. That's where I think I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
next.
We're gonna do Dr. Stone next.
Yeah, because I finished My Hero like last
week. Yeah.
Good, great fucking shit, man.
I was over there like fucking Deku.
Right? Had me in my feels too, right? This motherfucker. But that was some good shit, man. Might take the boys go see Transformers. I ain't decided yet.
Oh, yeah.
Other than that, that's what's best in life, man. Good cigars, good drink.
Yeah, man. I forgot on the anime front. Yeah, everything is starting. I'll probably start Record of Ragnarok next week. Baki starts the day after my birthday, so I'll be watching that. And then we finished today Demon Slayer.
We still got a couple more episodes. We letting them all be dubbed.
We don't watch it dubbed, so
yeah, we watch Demon Slayer.
Nah, that is so much better subbed. Oh my gosh, it's so much better. It's a whole different anime subbed. And it's so good. Like, there was a scene, I think in episode 5, that the animation was so amazing. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, and you'd be like, fuck. They doing, like, we were talking, me and Kim were talking about, it's like they doing their breathing techniques, and you end up holding your breath because of the shit is so spectacular, man. You like, oh shit, breathe.
Oh hell yeah, man! That's just good, man.
Yeah,
but we just waiting for it to be dubbed to finish. Waiting on Misfits to start back too. God damn it.
Yeah, I checked for that, but it ain't started yet.
Now that I gotta watch subbed. I can't watch that shit dubbed.
Now see that shit I gotta watch dubbed. I can't watch dubbed.
Mirror shot. That shit just hit different.
Yeah,
hit different. But yeah, man. So that's what's best in life, guys. You know, y'all let us know what's best in y'all lives right now. It can't be all negative, man. Put something positive in the comments. Maybe it's your kid's birthday. Maybe it's your birthday, anniversary, whatever the fuck it is. Go ahead and put something in the comments.
Yep, and if you're watching anime, what you watching right now? It's a lot of stuff out there right now. So
shit, yeah.
What you watching? All right, everybody. I was watching, I think a week or two ago. I don't know whose show it was on, but the guys from Earn Your Leisure were talking to the guys from the 85 South show. So they were talking about ChatGPT and AI and same thing, but or part of the same thing. And they were talking about just other things and the industry and all that stuff. And one topic that they got to talking about is how they know when they realize they made it. And it's one thing in the entertainment industry to make it, so to speak. But for those who have regular jobs or striving to have a business or who aren't, trying to be an A-list actor or something like that, I thought it'd be cool to talk about what defines making it to you, and have you made it yet?
Well, that's a good question, man. A lot of people, when they think I made it, they just think their bank account is just fucking overflowing. And yeah, having financial security is a part of it, but when you say you made it, when you can actually just sit down, smoke a cigar, and be like, hell yeah. For me, honestly, it's when all my kids are grown and they're doing big shit. Because I've been trying, the past couple of years, I'm like, what the fuck is my purpose? What the fuck is my purpose? And I think my purpose is to be that fucking bridge for my kids to walk through so they can be way more than what the fuck I am. So I feel like I made it when my kids have made it. I don't feel like I need to be, I'm going to have the money. I got to have some money. I got to have some dope. But that's one aspect of me knowing that I made it, that I've done what I was supposed to do as a dad, and all of my kids are doing fucking great things. I made it to that aspect. Another one is, being to the point where I'm financially comfortable. I ain't saying I got to be a fucking millionaire, billionaire, because honestly, me being me, I wouldn't know what to do with all that shit. I buy everything I want in like 2 days and be like, fuck, where all the rest of my money gonna go? But, just financially comfortable to where I ain't got to be like, man, I got to figure out how I'm going to pay this bill, or, oh, we got this trip coming up. Nah, I can't even go because my money ain't right. Shit like that. I want to be financially comfortable. And the last thing is, you know what I'm saying, making it spiritually for me on the journey that I'm on spiritually as a whole. Once I reach that certain level where I have full understanding and can brace the outer energies and all that good stuff that I'm learning and stuff like that, I've made it, man. There to me, there's not really one avenue of saying you made it. I know a lot of people, like I said before, um, when it comes to making it, it equals financial. It doesn't nothing about faith, nothing about your family. It's yeah, I'm a billionaire, millionaire. I'm all over TV. I'm famous. I made it. Blah 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 blah. When I don't feel like that's really the case. Also, retiring from the army, not working for anybody but myself. That's still making it. Even though my money ain't straight and I'm trying to get there, to me, I made it because I'm not working for nobody. I'm working for myself. I set my own schedule, my own times, and all this other shit. So, in a nutshell, man, that's what I think, man. How about you, man? I'm really curious to hear your answer.
All right. So while you say a lot of people think about it financially, I'm gonna say mine, and I have a question for you about what you said too. When you think about financially, um, whether you believe it or not, um, the financial piece is a huge portion of making it, so to speak. And it's not necessarily being rich; it's being to a situation where you're content. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you enjoy your job and you want to work there forever and ever, or till you want to retire or whatever, and your bills are paid and all that's covered, then that's fine. That's what you consider making it. If you don't want to work your job, and in my case, I want it to be to a point to where my job is an option, not necessarily that, oh shit, I have to get up, or I have to look at these stocks, or I have to do this. My goal is to have on the financial piece things to be to the point where it's kind of on autopilot, or kind of, if I wanted to, it can take care of itself and everybody will be good down the line. Not just my kids, but my kids' kids. And trying to build that legacy and making sure that, not necessarily that my kids have found themselves, because our goal, I feel, as parents, is to get the kids in a situation where they can figure out what they want in life, because they may not decide what it means to making it for them for another 30, 40 years. And that's fine with them, as long as they're complete people. And we've talked about that you know a few times, about what that means for us, for our kids, and just knowing that they have the support from us to be who they want to be and live how they want to live, and live on their terms, basically. That's the goal on that side. And then, as far as like religion, spirituality, faith, all that good thing, for me, it's always a journey, not necessarily about a straight destination. I feel like I am one with God every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, my goal every day is just to be kind of like the Rock Lee, of being better than I was yesterday, and just continue to grow. And as long as that's happening, I mean, you're never gonna be perfect. You're never gonna, be finished, if you will, because there's always something new to learn. There's always another height you can attain. But just realizing that and being happy with that, and enjoying that process, I think is where that sits. I mean, I think from that, I mean, it's really, like I was saying, the financial piece, some people try to downplay it and be like, no, it's not about the money. But in a lot of respects, it is. Because, not saying that it's a dollar value or whatever, kind of like you alluded to, is not that you need to say, oh, I need 1 billion or 2 million or 3 million or 10 million or whatever that number is. It's, a number to where you can actually be comfortable.
Yeah.
And you have the financial acumen to make the right decisions and do the right things. Because, I mean, there's people that can live forever off of $500,000 and be good.
Yeah,
and
I can.
and that's absolutely cool. And just to know, when you get to that point, it's like, yo, this is where I want it to be. I'm good now. I have arrived. And once you get there, you can start doing those things, like, studying more and reading and learning and becoming more well-rounded. You can pour in your kids more. You can be that bridge that you alluded to more. You have that availability to do those things. Like, like earn your leisure. I mean, their whole philosophy is you do these things, make these financial decisions, so you can earn your leisure, and you can also basically buy your time back. And by buying that time back, it's so powerful to do the things that you want to do the things that you feel that you or were put here to do. I think is important.
Yeah.
So, with that, my question for you is: you said that you felt like your purpose was to be a bridge for your kids and to make them be successful, or provide the path for them to be successful. All right. So, what happens in a point where you get to and all five of your kids are successful in their eyes? Is your purpose done, or do you have to hunt for a new purpose? And the reason why I ask that is I want you to put that into consideration because when that point comes, I don't want you to be thinking like you're purposeless or something like that.
Well, it's kind of like I look at it kind of like a car, like an old car.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? The car runs great, new motor, all that type of shit, and it's running exactly how you want to, but you got to maintain it. You
Mm-hmm.
still got to take it to go get oil, all that other stuff. And it's the same way. Like, I want to see all once they're all successful, and I feel okay. Yeah, as a father, I made it. You know what I'm saying? But
Sure.
I'll still reinforce everything to keep them on the same path, and so they don't stray a little bit. Or if they stray a little bit, be that backhand to chop their ass in the motherfucking neck to get their ass right back on
Sure.
course. But no, it's just something to. Yeah, I've made it, and I could back off a little bit. But it's as soon as you call me, hey dad, hey, I got the answer for you, hopefully, or we're gonna find the
Yeah.
answer together and keep maintaining until I leave this place.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I just want you to be mindful of when is that time to back off, because people tend to pour everything into their kids, and
Yeah.
that's great. But what happens is, when they leave the nest or whatever, it's just like when people retire from their jobs. Their identity is so
Yeah.
brought into that when not saying the task is over, but when that role has changed, when you go from like that active thing to like, hey, you know, I'm just here in case they need me for something.
Mm-hmm.
It may be 3 to 5 years before they actually need your advice for something. So when you're in that back off case, what are you doing? Like that's what I'm talking about. Like that
Yeah.
old using the old car analogy. If the car is running well and you in between oil change cycles and nothing needs to be changed and adjusted,
Just try that bit.
yeah. Or do you just sit and look at it, or what do you do with yourself? Do you find
Mm-mm.
a new car, whatever the case may be?
Yeah, because even now, especially with the older two that are legally grown, I give them that leg room. But when we talk, I'm like, hey, serious thing, right quick. I think this, I think this, I think this. Do what you want, but this is my advice to you, and I keep pushing. And what I'm saying, I want them to take what they can take. And a lot of stuff I teach them, especially finance wise, shit I got from your ass. So I'm teaching them some of the same shit that I had no fucking clue about, that you had no fucking clue about. And
Mm-hmm.
then I give it to them. It's like, another fucking analogy. I give you the tools. It's up to you if you fix the car or not with those goddamn
Sure.
tools. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man. And speaking of made it, like there's a vision that I have. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I meditate, I see this vision every morning. I guess it's kind of like a manifestation or affirmation type deal. But you know what I'm saying? I see myself, my own shit on some land, smoking a cigar with my range in the back. You know what I'm saying? With all the family back there just fucking chilling and shit, having a good fucking time. I see that shit every fucking night. And that's uh overall when I can say that I've made it. When I'm at that point where I can, this
Cool.
is my shit, this is my
Mm-hmm.
land, everything I work for, everything I dreamed of, everything I've always wanted is right fucking
Right.
here, and I'm good. And yes, like I said, you got to be financially comfortable because you can't get there
Mm-hmm.
off of hopes, dreams, and peanuts. Goddamn, you got to make some. You got to goddamn make some fucking money. But I just don't believe that money is everything.
Right. I'm with you. I agree. All right, man. So how those accessories treat you?
The cigar's not bad. It's just snug as fuck, man.
Mm-hmm.
It opened up for a hot second and it closed back again, man. But it's it's not a bad cigar other than it being
Mm-hmm.
just snug as fuck. And my tequila, man, is my tequila, man. I think we might have to take a break and I pour up a little bit more because I thought it
Oh,
was gonna last. I didn't want to pour it all the way to the tippy top because it can't be
yeah.
fucked up because I'm on daddy duties. So
Yes,
you know what I'm
sir.
saying. I can get a little tipsy, but I can't be fucked up. I still got
Mm-hmm.
to be able to fucking react if I gotta react. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? But not a bad mix, man. I've done tequila and cigars before, man. So it's pretty
Mm-hmm.
good. And Espolon is another good. It's a good tequila. that's not really that expensive and it's smooth as fuck.
Yeah, I heard somebody reference it once, and I was like, "Hey, my brother drinks that."
Yeah, it's good. It's pretty good. How about you, man? How's your Kentucky going and your cigar?
I mean, again, like you have to factor in for $15, and I got a big ass ice cube in it. It is actually not bad. I mean, it's not like complex or anything, but it's like a good, consistent, simple flavor. I mean, you get cigars like that are the kind of basic, simple. I mean, if one drank during meetings, this would be a meeting whiskey, but don't do that. And the cigar, I believe it's a Connecticut, so I mean, it's kind of on the milder side, but it's not. So it's interesting. It's like mild, but got a little bit of a kick to it. So not bad at all. Good little pairing.
You
Cigar is
said drink.
performing well. It's burning pretty good though. So yeah.
You said drinking in meetings, but Lamar, what you think? I think fuck them. That's what I think. And I'll tell you something else, Charles. Cause that's your first name. That's why your wife's cheating on. Let's mute him. Mute. Everybody mute.
I hear this shit all the time on the internet when they talk about like different things and different stuff, like how the finances should be. Like you hear some people chiming in saying the man should pay all the bills. Like I saw a skit on Instagram where the dude was like, now that his wife makes more money than him, and they gonna adjust the ratio of the bills, and she gonna pay the big bills now when he can pay the small bills like she was paying and all of that shit. And so you go to the comments and it's like, oh, so you're not gonna provide anymore? Or she said, and it was like they were like blasting him. First of all, it was a skit and it was a joke, but they were like letting him have it. So man, like, what do you think about like how the finances and how the bills in particular, the household expenses should be handled as a married couple?
Now, first, I'm gonna mention that skit that you was talking about. She's making more, so he's like, you paying the big bills, I got the small bills now. I honestly don't see nothing wrong with it because when you're married, you're a fucking team, fucking anyway. And biggest part of us men is our pride and our fucking ego. Some of us don't have none. Stevie J, for example. I'm sorry, that was some whole shit. But anyway, I digress. But in that case, you know what I'm saying? As long as you're still contributing to the house, it's cool. In my household, I took care of like all the bills anyway while Janae was trying to get her business fucking booming and her VA stuff done and all this other shit. So you know what I'm saying? I took the load, and now that she's got her stuff rolling, I still take care of the bulk of the bills, but she covers down. You know what I mean? Like she has the car note, and it's I'm in a cut. If you fall short on something, I got you, type shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do it as a fucking team. Like there should not be, especially now with the way the economy is, there shouldn't be a married couple where one person is doing the bulk of every single fucking thing. Man, you will lose your goddamn mind, man. Like, not contributing to the gas, the food, the kids, the utilities, the rent, all that other shit. Yeah, you gotta put up something, and it's vice versa. If the ladies is making all the fucking bread, fellas, y'all gotta fucking put in somewhere. I mean, even if you go to the store, buy a loaf of bread or throw $20 in a gas tank, or if y'all smoke cigarettes or something, you're responsible for getting the cigarettes or some shit like that. I mean, there has to be some kind of responsibility in there. And yes, I said cigarettes and stuff like that because I include your vices into your bills. Like I include my cigarettes, I include my cigars, I include my liquor into the bills. You know what I'm saying? If you drinking and you smoking with me and you ain't putting up, I mean, you got to do fucking something. But as far as a married couple, I digress. I was about to go off the deep end there. I was on the ledge. I was about to jump. I was about to jump. But as a married couple, you're definitely a team, and you should definitely both of y'all should participate in whatever bills. That's when y'all sit down, like you and Kim do with your Wealth Wednesdays and stuff like that, and y'all have y'all little. Everybody has their little huddles and shit like that. You gotta have that little meeting. You gotta have that communication to put it out there. Like, hey, I got this, I got this, I got this. Oh shit, I might be short right here. I need you to cover right here. And that's kind of how me and Janae do it. Like in the beginning of the month, we kind of base everything off of where we at. And I need you to cover this. I need you to take care of that. Okay, I got this, I got that. And that's how it's supposed to work, man. And once it works like that, you're a fine-tuned machine. But you also got those ladies that bash their husbands and shit because they fall fucking short and they not participating in the finances. You know what I'm saying? They still want to get and go and have fucking 1,000 Amazon packages at the fucking door and still expect the man to bust his ass and pay everything and still spend time and all that other shit like that. Like, there has to be a fucking medium, man, in a marriage, man. It definitely has to be. And some people have it where, hey, baby, I'll pay the rent, but you got the utilities, and that's fine. That's fine. As long as there's some kind of agreement there. And some people may be like, you know what? Don't even worry about it. I'll cover all the fucking bills. You just take care of the food. There's still something as far as the finances that's being taken care of. You just gotta have those talking points. You gotta have those communication, those meetings every month about your finances, so y'all will both be on the same page and there's no misconception. No, oh, you spent fucking $50 on this shit on Amazon, but I was saving that $50 to go to this bill right here. That's why you gotta have those type of communications, man. So yeah, that's really all I think, man. What about you, bro?
So, I mean, it's different levels to it, and I think it depends on the dynamic of the finances of a couple. I mean, I think if, like, say you bring the money home and your wife is, say, the stay-at-home wife or whatever, then yeah, you pay all the bills. I mean, it should be what it is. And if that's what you want and that's what you looking for, then yeah, you pay all the bills and you shut the hell up. Shouldn't be any discussion about it. I think that if you both work, I mean, and this is where I think it gets tricky. Now, say we're both make $100,000 or make six figures a piece. You know what I'm saying? There is no way where it makes sense that just because it's one of those things where it's like you pick your battles of equality, if you will, where it's I want to be equal, but then when it comes to that, oh no, you should be the provider. I mean, provider doesn't just relegate to the finances. I mean, there's so much more than that. And I think you have to have that discussion and figure out where you are, and the reason why I say that, if y'all both are earning, one person shouldn't be the sole responsible for the bills, because let's say if you're doing it together, you get to your goals faster. And I mean, it's just simple as that, really. I mean, so like, let's say, for example, y'all both make $50,000 or whatever, and your expenses cover about $45,000. And you mean to tell me that you gonna spend $50,000 and just blow money fast, while my dude only got $5,000 to his name every year to just do what he want to do? That makes no sense. That like creates problems.
Yeah,
and that's irrational. Whereas if y'all bring them together and say y'all are now $100,000 household, and your bills are $45,000 a year, there is so much more that y'all can do as a unit. And like you touched on, y'all are supposed to be a pair. And taking it a step further, I don't think there should be a split to the finances, if you will. I think what y'all need to get together and talk about is, and we've talked about it before, kind of how we do things. Like, you have your account for, I have my account for, like, if I want to blow some money and buy like a gun or a $200 cigar or something like that, that's what that account is for. If Kim wants to go, buy some tea set or some exotic ass tea or something like that, that's what that account is for. No, do what you do, enjoy, have fun, some purse, whatever, enjoy. But when we put our finances together, we deal with the house and everything that entails. That's the bills. Like, there no longer becomes like, his versus my money. This is the family's money, and this is what the family is going to use to get to that point, like we talked about in the last topic, of making it. Like, that's how you get to that point when you do this shit together. Oh, there go that pouring noise. Back in the day, I mean, when we first were together, like, being the numbers guy that I was, I looked at, like, this is Kim's salary, this is my salary, this is what it adds up to together. This is my percentage of the total household income. This is her percentage of the total household income, and the bills were paid in that percentage. So, I mean, that made sense to me. But then eventually we got to a point where it's like, even that doesn't really make sense. I mean, because it's like, if I got paid today, it's everybody's money. You know what I'm saying? If she gets paid tomorrow, it's everybody's money. It's not a function of, because I'm the man, I gotta pay all the bills. No, we as a family are trying to get somewhere. And that, to me, supersedes any preconceived notions of anything else. I mean, yes, I will, I will, do what needs to be done, especially, if my number is higher by default,
Mm.
I'm contributing more to the household. I mean, it's not really a thing. I mean, once it goes into that account, there's not a, it's not a his, not a hers thing. And I mean, I think people miss that fact of that when you join together as one, everything should join together as one. And it's not you're making the decisions for the household. Now, if, one person makes, say, your total household is, say, 200,000 or whatever, right? And one person makes 50,000 and the other makes 150,000. If y'all split the bills 50-50, whoever makes that 150 is an asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's just not right. That's just not right at all. Because that person is going to be struggling trying to pay that 45,000 or that $90,000 shit on the half, and you just like, oh shit, I still got 2/3 of my money. I'm good. Trips, here we go. But I mean, and I think and I also ask is those who have these preconceived notions of how things should be, are you married? Are you in a successful marriage? Are you in a happy marriage? Do y'all have goals together? I mean, have y'all talked about it? Now, if you as the man have felt like that's what you want to do, that's what brings you joy to pay all the bills, and y'all are happy with it, that's fine. I mean, that's what you want to do. That's great. I
Yeah.
mean, to each his own. I mean, I find it irrational because two is better than one any day of the week. And it's not like a leeching thing. Right, for real. I mean, and it's not like a thing of like, oh, I'm trying to take advantage. I'm trying to take everything she got and shit like that. I mean, because the other side of that is if, say, the guy contributes to the household and all that stuff and the relationship doesn't work out, do you still feel like you should be entitled to shit?
They've been married over 10 years to get it anyway.
I mean, and that's the thing. Legally, yeah, you do. But if, there's no kids to talk about or whatever the case may be, and, you didn't contribute financially to any of these households, especially like those that don't contribute to the house at all. Like,
yeah,
they just want to sit back and chill. I mean, there are those that if again, like if you're like in your case was when Janae was a stay-at-home mom, that's a whole different ball game. I mean, that's different because that shit is work. So I ain't even talking about that. That shit is like,
yeah,
death split ain't even. I mean, real shit. That shit ain't even. So
I tell her all the time, I go to work. Fuck that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You got it. Your job don't end. Shout out to the stay-at-home moms and dads. Goddamn,
Yeah, man.
Y'all job never ends.
Yeah. But I mean, I think it comes to one of those things where it's like you split the responsibilities too. I mean, like in our household, I mean, it's not like, we both go to work, we come home, I go sit in my chair and play on my phone, play games while Kim is like, getting the kids food ready, giving the kids ready for bed. You know what I'm saying? I'm in there air frying chicken nuggets too. So it's a team, man. And I think once you take that approach, it makes things so much better. It makes things work so much smoother.
Yeah.
And you get to where you're going so much faster. And I wish that anybody who's like, oh, he's not providing if he's not paying the bills, what are y'all goals as a couple? Answer me that. And if I told you that you could get there 10 times faster if y'all both do it together, would you do it? I mean, that's really what it boils down to for me. It's just a function of what makes most sense. And that's really all I got, man. I mean, I would love to see, people chime in with their thoughts one way or the other and give me a rational argument of how it makes sense if y'all both work, that y'all both can't contribute to the wellness of the household. Yeah. Because that's how I see it.
And if y'all are going to comment, ladies, don't just, oh, he the man, he's supposed to. I don't want to hear that shit because I'm going to blast your ass. And fellas, I don't want to hear no, well, I pay everything, so she got to do what I say. Or, she make more money than me. So I don't want to hear none of that. I'm going to blast your motherfucking ass. So, yeah. Y'all put some in the comment.
Right.
All right. So, with the whole Kiki Palmer and whatever the fuck her boyfriend name is situation, man, I thought about this one. And they actually talked about it on the Breakfast Club, was, whether he was being, a protective boyfriend, felt like he was embarrassed, or he was just insecure. So I thought this would be a really good topic as far as, you know what I'm saying, insecurity in a relationship. You know, us men have men and women have a high tendency of being insecure in certain situations around certain different people, man. So what you think, man?
So I think it's one of those things, it's a function of your ego. And I think what happens, and I mean, using that case, and I'm tired of talking about that case, like I told you before, Kim and I talked about it. It's a function of ego. I mean, and I think because his ego was bruised, and I mean, I'm not even talking about whether he was right or not. I mean, that's kind of irrelevant to the situation. Um, he took to a public forum because he felt like, I feel like because he thought he was wrong publicly, he had to express himself publicly.
Yeah.
But even still, I mean, that's something that should have been dealt with. I mean, because now you make yourself look like the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? And you could have actually had an issue and a concern that had you addressed in an appropriate manner, we wouldn't even be talking about it right now. And like you, I mean, and depending on how it would have went down, he would have never had to deal with that issue again. You know what I'm saying? Now he's like the butt of jokes, memes, discussions. We talking about it now. People talking about it now. Like it would have been one of them things that when you look at it long term, it ain't gonna matter. But you know, insecurity is a thing. I mean, you deal with it just because I think it's ego and it's a little bit of fear mixed in. You know, you're so worried about. I mean, especially, and we're going to talk about it in a relationship in particular, I guess. You're going to deal with that because there's something maybe that you need to work on within yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean, I know Kim and I have talked about certain issues that I had when we were younger, just based on some of the things that we saw growing up, some of the things that I saw, or that we saw by extension. And you know, you have to work through that shit and realize that when you are trying to build something with somebody, that's a hindrance. And any issue that you may have, there's a constructive way to address it. And you can't make them the villain, you can't make them the bad guy. Now, if they go and you catch them at a hotel room and they get their back blown out, whole different issue right there. Right. Right. That's a whole different issue. But I mean, if it's something that can be discussed or, you know, boundaries or something that you may have, I mean, discuss that. I mean, if that was the first time that a situation like that was discussed, or you say, hey, you know, a particular situation made me feel like dot, it would have been a totally different ball game than him saying, and again, I'm using him as the example because it's the most famous recent example than saying, you know, you're a mom and you should be this and you should be that. You start pointing the finger, you know what I'm saying? And you can't fix a situation and you can't come to some kind of common ground or some solution if you come to it from a place of, I mean, insecurity, really, because you start blaming. And ultimately, once you start blaming, whether intentional or not, that person's going to get defensive. And in this case, the whole internet got defensive too. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's kind of like the big issue is you have to really just take yourself out of a lot of them situations and kind of like chill out, man. I mean, because if a person is if they have your best interest and you're trying to build something, 90% of that time, a lot of that shit is water under the bridge and insignificant. And now, if it's not, and there's other shit there, I mean, that's something else you got to deal with. Because if you know that blow up was a symptom of other shit that's going on, that's another thing. I mean, and it also could be, you know, they talk about like, you know, people have insecurities from different situations. Like, I mean, we're men, so talk about men. They say, you know, sometimes dudes are insecure if their woman makes more than them. Again, ego. I don't give a shit if Kim makes more than me at all.
Right.
I'm fine with it. I won't lose any sleep at all because again, we are building together. And again, it ain't about her versus me. It ain't about none of that. It's about us versus trying to deal with this crazy ass fucking world. And that's really what it boils down to. Once you realize that y'all are a team, a lot of the insecurity shit goes out the window. I mean, and that's really all I got, man. I don't really have a lot. So what you think, man?
Well, I mean, a lot of valid points, man. It's kind of hard to jump in there because you pretty much hit it. The only thing I will say is Being insecure, that's a feeling, just like anger,
Sure,
happiness,
it
all
is.
that
It
other
is.
shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's one of those where you can either go to counseling or you could realize, what the fuck am I being insecure for?
Mm-hmm.
Me for example, me and Janae's first couple years, yeah, insecure as fuck, man. I got this, you know what I'm saying? I got this islander on my arm, and I'm like, nigga, what you looking at? Nigga, what you looking at? Oh, babe, you must think he fine. I was that dude, man. I was like,
I
really.
know you did this shit in the car. I remember one time in particular, we were here and they were in the car in front of us, and there was a dude driving by, and you was like, "What the hell are you looking at?"
Yeah, see, I was tripping, man. I was like really tripping, but that's where communication comes in again, as far as, what I'm saying, my marriage in particular, because we talked about it, we discussed, what I'm saying, my personal issues from past relationships, and like you said, how we grew up, you know what I mean. So it kind of played the role in it, and we
Mm-hmm.
talked about it and we got over it, and then I had an epiphany on my own, like, what am I gonna be so insecure about any other dude that's out here, anything like that? And the same phrase that you've probably heard it before, everybody's heard it before. Well, if she leave with another motherfucker, that wasn't your chick to begin with. So that's kind
Mm-hmm.
of my mindset now, and that's what kind of got me over, the insecurity shit. Because, hey man, if she leave me for another dude, then that's his. That wasn't yours. So I mean, keep a
Mm-hmm.
motherfucker pushing. Be hurt for a little while and keep a motherfucker rolling.
Right.
A lot of things were insecure because, like I said, I'm speaking from experience. Is a man's imagination.
Mm-hmm.
I was deployed for a year, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And sometimes your imagination could cause unfucking
Sure.
necessary fucking arguments because you picture what you doing with your old lady, but it
Mm-hmm.
ain't you doing it, and what the fuck you doing it for? But
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? And you could just go
Mm-hmm.
off the motherfucking deep end. But that's one of those things to where you actually have to talk to your partner. And women are the same way, like that the TikTok and the Instagram video that's out. Oh, I like your shirt. that shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? When women do the same fucking shit, and they should really have the same fucking mindset. And now, even me and my wife go out. Motherfuckers check out my wife. We walking. They check out my wife. I look at them. They look at me. We keep fucking walking. Cause it's like, all right, yeah, I know she fine. She mine. That's right. Yes, sir. Air high five. Got it. But at first I was like, nigga, what the fuck you looking at? You want them things? Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But and that's also a product of getting older. You know what I'm saying? The older you get, the more
Mm-hmm.
confident you are in yourself, and your ego is not as
Hopefully.
fucking, yeah. Hopefully, if you actually evolved as a human being, then you know what I'm
Sure.
saying. Your insecurity shouldn't be a fucking issue because you're secure with yourself. You're secure with what you're doing. You're doing everything that you can in relationship. You're
Mm-hmm.
doing everything right in a relationship. You're giving it your fucking all. So there's nothing to be insecure. And that goes back to, well, if she leave after I'm doing everything I'm doing, I ain't worrying about it because somebody else gonna motherfucker appreciate the shit. Maybe she had it that was messing up too. So we gonna get together and do it. But we do. I mean, you never know. I actually had this type of conversation with one of my soldiers over the weekend because he was having, some girlfriend problems, and he was, talking about his insecurities and all that other stuff. And we had these conversations, man. And it really boils down to, you just gotta, what I'm saying, trust in your partner, know that you're doing everything you can. You gotta know them inside and out. And if she see a good looking dude, don't trip. Just do the same shit just to see her reaction when I start doing, like, dang, baby, her butt ain't real, is it? And then she was like, no, but it's fat though. And I'm like, yep. But you just gotta have fun with it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Don't turn your insecurities into something that's serious as fuck, that can cause some serious issues in your relationship. Turn them shits into something fucking else and make it do what it do.
Right. One thing I'll say too is a good point that you brought up is your imagination, and that 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 can hit you in so many other aspects of life, not just your relationship. You can be so big on creating these doomsday scenarios in your head that will never, ever, ever,
Mm-hmm.
ever, 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 ever come to fruition,
Yep.
and you stressed yourself out because of some shit that is never gonna happen,
Mm-hmm.
never has happened, not even close to happening, and you done wasted all this mental energy on some shit that ain't even gonna happen
Yeah.
when you could be spending that time on some productive shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I
And
call them what if people.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and it's fine to come up with like contingencies so you're prepared in the case of a certain scenario,
Mm-hmm.
but don't spend, she's out, she's been out, it's an hour past when she's supposed to get in. Oh my goodness, what is she out here doing? Who is she out here doing? I mean, if you spend your time going crazy with that, you then create a situation where in your mind, shit's already happened, and you acting from that place, and you could be so far from the truth, you create a situation where there's not.
Yeah. Hell, the wife is in fucking Hawaii right now. I could be thinking she got fucking Dexter on a fucking island, getting it in or some shit like some dumb shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But
She'd have been
instead,
one of them flamethrower people.
yeah, she could meet she'd have met one of the Usos or some shit, and that's a wrap. And that's a wrap, man. You know what I'm saying? But no, but instead of focus on that, it's more I want her to have a good time. If she gonna do it, she gonna do one or two things gonna motherfucking happen. Either she gonna tell me and we're gonna nip this shit in the bud, or I'm never gonna fucking know. And if I don't know, what the fuck ever, I don't really care. It's about, you know what I'm saying, my family, my getting my fucking future in order and making it, like we said in the beginning of the fucking episode, man. So it's
really
focus. If you focus way too much on this fucking person, like I said, if she's gonna step out, she gonna do what she gonna do. If he gonna step out, he gonna do what the fuck he wanna do. You just gotta have your own mind frame in fucking order. Or like you said, it's gonna drive yourself crazy. It's oh my god, what is she doing now? Oh my god, what is he doing now? He normally calls at 2:00. It's 2:03. Why the fuck he ain't called me yet? I mean, instead of driving yourself fucking batty up the fucking wall over fucking nothing, just let it go. Like they fucking say, man. Deal with things you can't control, and if you can't control, fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly what it is, but
that's what I said. That's the same shit I told you last weekend.
I like it. I like
it. Master resiliency trainer, right here.
Hashtag fuck it.
Indeed.
Yes, sir. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I think it's one of them things, and also in a world of social media and unnecessary comparisons, I think that creates a different level of insecurity. You know what I'm saying? Like to people, like they'll see like, what is it? People get jealous over people's highlight reels, if you will. Like if you see a couple, doing something and you're like, well, why can't I do that? Or, you see them having something and you're like, why can't I do that? If you stop worrying so much about that kind of shit, and hell, if you need to, get off social media. I mean, because all that shit is performative any damn way.
Yep.
So, yeah. So just do what you can. Like you said, work on the situation, your sphere of influence. If you can't influence it, fuck it.
Fuck it. Like I know y'all hear my dog in the background. Fuck him too.
Yeah, that whole thing. Polo guy need to go out. So, all right, man. So, how your accessories? I think they might be gone. So, how's it going?
Well, my drink is still drinking because I had to re-up a little bit. Still pretty good. The cigar went out, man. I wish if it wasn't that snug, I think it had the potential to be a really, really good cigar. Like if I had that was the quick draw McGraw shit.
The perfect draw, man.
Yeah, that shit. If I had one. Because you could feel like the tobacco or whatever, like right there was like a hard spot, like right there.
I'll pull that bitch right on out.
Yeah,
and be good to go.
I was trying to do that shit like I'm freaking a black and mild. The shit just wasn't fucking doing it, man.
Yeah.
But I think it would have been a good cigar other than that. But that's pretty much it, man. How about yours?
Yeah, for a $15 whiskey, man, on the night where it's hot, and I'm just trying to drink and chill and have a good pair with my cigar, perfect. And then the Sober Mesa. The Sober Mesa is a good cigar, man. I've had a few of these, and I enjoy them every time. So definitely consistent. Good burn, good performance. I think I touched it up one time, and that was it. No relights or anything, but just one touch up. And good flavor. Still got a little bit more to go on it, so I'm going to work on that. And, yeah, good times. If you haven't had a cigar from Dumbarton, get you one. Not my favorite from them, but it's a good one. I mean, you can't go wrong with any of them. So I say get you one.
I don't know if I got any.
I can't remember. I think that one might have came in the BL luxury box. I can't remember. But I'm
gonna go look. I want to smoke a cigar while I let the boys play in the fucking pool and shit tomorrow.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Dumbarton's a good cigar, man. That's a good cigar for the daytime if you got one.
Right on.
Go real good with coffee too. All right, man. You got anything for the people before we wrap up?
I had a quote I saw earlier from one of my comedic sites, but I don't remember it right now, so we're just not gonna worry about that, guys. The only thing I will say is control what you can, and if you can't control it, fuck it. Don't worry about it, man. Keep it pushing.
That's right. So all I got is, drink the drink, smoke the cigars, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. There are some other videos coming up right here that you will see. Take a look at those. We got fun stuff. Check out Melanin Warrior. He should be back in the rotation again. Some new stuff should be coming out. Check out MF and Research. Fowl Language Podcast. Take care of yourself, take care of each other. Episode 99 in the books, and we out.
Yes, sir. We out.